Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then welcome. So today I'm going to be showing you my full setup on my dirt bike to show how I feel when I ride. So basically I'm going to show you what happens when you put a dirt bike and a camera together. You get motovloggery.
It appears Josh is making up words again.
Alright, stuff that. It's actually called motovlogging, right? So it's actually the art of putting a camera on a dirt bike and then you can get some really cool shots, and it's like whether you're talking while you're riding and all those kind of things, or just like showing off the dirt bike. So anyway, I'm going to show you all my cool angles I use, which means I'm going to be showing you like the accessories, so like chest mounts and handlebar mounts, all that kind of thing. And then I'm also going to show you what cameras I use. So I've got two different cameras, one here, so I'll reveal them later in the video. And then I'll also show you what microphone I use, which by the way I use a DJI Mic Mini, so I'll show you what combo I got, and then other tools to give GPS overlays and just other interesting things that I use to make my motovlog. So let me show you a bit on post-production, otherwise I might make a part 2 about that. So with that said, let's get into it. So the first bit of gear that I use all the time is this DJI Osmo Action handlebar mount, basically. So I basically put on my handlebar right there. I like putting my 360 camera on it, so I got the Insta360 X3 and I basically mount it on there with an adapter, and it gets these really cool shots, as you can see here. They're like really wide and stuff, and you can see everything. So I love using that as my handlebar camera, right? And then for POVs kind of thing, like point of view, I love using the chest mount, the Osmo Action chest mount. So I've put that there, and yeah, I basically can do it like that. So that is my two main accessories. That's pretty much all you need. Chest mount, handlebar mount. There'll be affiliate links in the description to everything. So it basically means if you buy through the link, it just gives me a small commission. So I really appreciate that if you considered doing that and getting this kind of gear. Now another really cool thing that I love about this is you can actually, there's like a little adjustable thing right there, right? So I can just unscrew that, and then it has 360 rotation, so it just gives you so much flexibility for your shot. Alright guys, so now we're going to be having a look at some of my more techie accessories. So starting off with my audio. By the way, if you don't have some sort of wireless microphone for your motovlogging, just mute the clip and use sound effects in the video editor. Trust me, it sounds terrible if you got a muffled sound with no microphone. And also, if you're doing motovlogs where you talk to the camera, you're not going to be able to hear anything. I Mic Mini right there, and I can basically talk while I'm riding, and you can hear everything clearly. And with the wind muffs and noise cancellation, it's so good. I got the full combo, which has DJI Mic Mini receiver, which you can adjust the gain and stuff, and just gives you a longer transmission. And then I got the two transmitters. So yeah, I got these which wirelessly hook up to my Action 4. DJI Mic Mini is what I use for my audio source for when I'm motovlogging. So yeah, I'll move on to the next techie kind of accessory, DJI Osmo Action GPS remote. So it basically gives you this option to add this really cool like GPS overlays. As you can see right here, you can see it shows your speed and the route you're taking, so like the direction and like your whole track that you're riding basically, which I find really cool and just adds some more interest to your motovlog. So yeah, this is basically it. You got a start and stop recording button, and then you got that other button which is the power off and power on, which you can also use to switch between different modes like time lapse or hyperlapse or like photo and video, which is really cool because you can use it from like 30 meters away and click a button and it takes a photo. So I love that aspect of it, and also the fact that it adds a GPS overlay, so that's really handy on your dirt bike. You can just put it on your wrist like a watch kind of thing. You can just click a button and it starts recording. You don't have to go fiddling around. Accessories, we have the Insta360 X3 360 camera. So as you can see, it has two lenses, one there and one there, so it captures everything, left, right, in front, behind, every single angle, right? So this is so cool. This is why I like to put on my handlebars, as I was saying earlier, and it just adds such cool shots, right? Like you can just like, it gets ultra wide, so you can like, or you can just switch over to showing your hand just accelerating on the throttle and then go over to the clutch, right? Because you can just go on either side, you can zoom in, zoom out, and you can also like do really cool effects like tiny planet, heaps of stuff. So this is probably my favorite camera out of the two I got, which this is just so awesome. And talking about cameras, I actually got 3. I got my drone, the DJI Mini 4 Pro, which can get some really cool motorbike tracking shots. But the downside about it is whenever I use active tracks, we got so many trees around us, I feel so nervous that it might crash, even though it's got those optical avoidance sensors. So that's one thing that why I don't really use my drone that much for tracking shots. But anyway, the next accessory is the Ulanzi adapter, which is really handy basically for putting on my handlebar mount, because since this has a quarter-inch like screw-in mount, it doesn't have the quick switch mount like the DJI product, since it's Insta360. So this is so awesome for basically putting onto your handlebars, because it just makes it quick. I can just put that on and then take it off like my Action 4. Alright guys, so yeah, I'm just going to, so this is the DJI Osmo Action 4, which is my other camera. This is just a standard action camera, one lens, one direction. Now why I love this and don't only use my 360 camera is it's great for those times when you don't feel like you want to reframe everything, because that adds an extra process in editing, is you have to reframe with 360 cameras. So this is why I use on my chest mount as well, because when I put it on my chest, right, when you use a 360 camera, one lens is just being wasted because it's facing against your shirt, right? When you put this on, just facing that direction. So yeah, that's what I mainly use, is the Osmo Action 4 on my chest and the Insta360 X3 on my handlebars. So yeah, that's basically my motorbike setup. I'll just show you a few examples while I'm riding now and what the footage looks like from both of these cameras. So with that said, let's get into it. Alright guys, so I've got the DJI Mic Mini hooked up to my Osmo Action 4, and I also have the Osmo Action GPS remote hooked up. So yeah, you can see how fast I'm going and my speeds and stuff and the route I'm taking, as I was talking about earlier. So yeah, this is basically what it looks like out of the Action 4. So, sorry if there's a bit of water all over the lenses and everything, but yeah. Alright guys, well I think that's the end of the video. Now I just had a look back at the footage and I noticed that I completely had my chest mount way too low, so you can only really see the petrol tank. But with that said, I'll see you in the next one guys. If you like this video, please go check out that Ko-fi page, and I really appreciate anything, even if it's only a few cents. It just means the world to me. Otherwise, with that said, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, drop a like, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one guys. See ya. And it's raining.